Welcome to another episode of NerdTube. I'm the Bearded Man Thing, your host tonight, and I'm joined by two awesome gentlemen here. I will start with whoa that way, and work our way around the clock.
Major Rage, Big Green Mage, proud to be here as always. Thanks for having me this evening.
And then down below we have
Agent Tim Gamer from Milktoast Gaming. I got Tails here with me.
wah 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 wah. That's what I'm talking about. So today, what we're going to be talking about is, if you haven't guessed it, Sonic the Hedgehog. We're going to take a look back at all the different versions of Sonic over the years, kind of discuss which ones were our favorites, why they were our favorites, what we really liked that Sega did with Sonic, and what we absolutely disliked about what Sega did with Sonic. And we're just going to kind of go back over the years and discuss Sonic as he has evolved from beginning to where we are now, because we do have a new Sonic game on the horizon, Sonic Frontiers, that I personally am really excited about.
Me too. I did trailer reaction of it.
Right on, right on. So, I'd like to start from where Sonic started, which wasn't even in his own Sonic game. He started in a game called Flicky, but then Sega reworked everything and made Sonic their actual mascot. So we got, I think, the Holy Trinity: Sonic 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is Sonic and Tails, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I grew up on it when I was like a little kid. That was my first, Sega was my first console, and Sonic was like my first game where I was like following the whole series.
I remember back then, I would always play like those old Sonic games, and I would try really, really hard to beat him.
Man.
You'd see me like this. I'd be struggling to beat it.
Right on. What about you, Mage?
I grew up playing Sonic as well. Sonic made a huge impact on me because I had grown up on Mario for a couple of years before that, and just the graphics, the speed of the gameplay, the music and sound. Sonic was a different beast. It was a different experience, and there are a lot of great things to explore there through the whole history. You can even use it as a way to look at sort of the history of gaming too.
Oh, absolutely. For me, I think the addition of I liked Sonic, the first Sonic, right? Obviously, and I played through the whole game and beat it, and it was a lot of fun. And as Agent Tim Garner said, it's also a high difficulty level if you don't know what you're doing. Like, learning to play, the difficulty is very, very, very high. But that's what I like so much about it, is the platforming, how hard it is, and just even going from the first one to the second one, they added so many things that expanded on the game. His spin dash became a thing. They added the 7th Chaos Emerald so that you could go into supersonic mode. But when I was playing these games, you had to beat it in one go. There was no save file. There was no that's the hardest part about it, is the fact that I remember waking up one morning at 5 o'clock and playing Sonic all morning before school and not getting all the way through it, and pausing it and leaving my Sega on while I went to school and then got home to finish the game later.
That's what you did.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it.
I remember when I was able to get up that early. I'm not able to do it anymore.
Alarm clock set. It's all about the alarm clocks.
Multiple alarms. That's right. The secret.
So that was one of my favorite additions to the game. The ability to go supersonic when they got the 7th Chaos Emerald and Sonic and Tails. And then from that point onward, having that in almost every single game. I guess it's kind of a chip off of Dragon Ball, because he even had green eyes and stuff. And it was I thought it was really cool. But Go ahead. No, absolutely. Go ahead.
I looked up a lot of similarities to Sonic and Dragon Ball. There were a lot.
There are, yeah, absolutely.
The Chaos Emeralds, the Dragon Balls, all that.
I think the creators I think the creators were big fans of the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z series.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
It was so close together, and when Sonic 2 came out, so shortly after the premiere of Super Saiyan in Japan, coupled with the fact that we got it so much later in America, that people get it mixed up, which came first. Sometimes they think, oh, well, Dragon Ball copied Sonic. That's absolutely not the case. It predates it by about 9 to 11 months, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So, moving on from there, I think we had the 2D Sonic for a really long time, but eventually he made his great jump from the 2D screen to the 3D screen with Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
Which, go ahead.
So yeah, I remember that one. I didn't play it, but I watched a full playthrough of it, and like it had multiple like different stories to it. And then eventually you had the Supersonic story, which is where you beat Perfect Chaos.
Mm-hmm. Now that one was great. I love the jump to 3-dimensional models. They did try, I think it was Sonic 3D Blast before that, and it did not go over well, in my opinion. It just didn't look as good. I feel like a lot of fans out there, that's, in my opinion, one of the bad. Like 3D Blast just wasn't as good of a game as the other Sonic games.
Yeah, I played that one before. Wasn't really that good.
But Adventure, that's where it really did a good job of kicking off that 3-dimensional world of exploration and being able to go around town and pretty much, I mean, you really did have an open world to explore, which was awesome.
And can we talk about chows for a minute?
Absolutely.
It chows like Cream's chow cheese. You know, Cream the rabbit. Her chow was cheese. Moving on.
No. I get what you're saying. I thought you were going to say something else about Cream. I personally haven't played many games that I saw Cream in. Which I know she was in some of the animated features, but which games specifically was she a character in?
She was actually, now this one's like actually very easy to spot. In Sonic Adventure, you can see her flying around the city.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've never looked for that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is a neat factoid. Thanks for cluing us in on that.
I'll have to look that up because I've only seen her in I can't remember which version of the Sonic animated TV series, but I like the first one, the one where Robotnik's like really like an evil genius, not the comedy ones, but the ones that are a little more action oriented. And I'm pretty sure Cream's in that one. I could be wrong.
Near the end,
right?
Maybe, but the two henchman robots mostly stick out in my mind.
Which ones? Orbot and Cubot or some other ones?
Orbot and Cubot.
Yeah.
It's the classic comic relief.
Oh, yeah. Man. And when I was doing some research, I didn't realize that there was a Sonic racing game before Sonic Racing. I don't think it ever came here to America, or maybe I just missed it when it was coming out. It was like for the Sega Saturn, it's just called Sonic R. It's like a foot race. Yeah, I did not know about that one.
Oh, you didn't miss much. It was like the only title on the Saturn, and I was going to talk about the Saturn drought at one point. We had just a serious lack of quality Sonic titles in between Sonic and Knuckles and Adventure.
Like Adventure feels like that's when Sonic really started coming back into the limelight.
Absolutely.
And being like good games again.
And then it peaked with 2. I'd say the 3D Sonic era peaked at that point, at least to my mind.
That's fair. No, I'd say that's fair. I didn't play as much of the DS titles, the ones where he had the 3DS and the Switch title, not Switch, Wii, the one where he had the red scarf.
The red scarf. Is that Sonic Boom?
Yeah, I didn't really play those. Is that one not 3D? Is that one 2D?
That one's 3D.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
How was that one? Because I never got I was afraid of the scarf. I did not play that one.
That one I was not interested in, so I didn't play or watch a full playthrough of it, but I did see little bits of it, and it's pretty good, but it's not in the same dimension as the regular Sonic.
Oh, absolutely not. Speaking of dimensions, that's one thing I do like about Sonic, that pretty much all the titles are different timelines, are different, whole different worlds. They don't interlink. Like Adventure and Adventure 2 link, but they don't link to the original trilogy in Sonic and Knuckles. They don't have the same world. They don't live in the same place. Even the animated features that I've seen that I liked growing up, each one was its own Sonic realm that wasn't interconnected timeline-wise with each other.
Right, and some were tie-ins to the various comic lines that were coming out at the time, and that's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah,
lines of comics.
Absolutely. And figuring out which Sonic has which personality, which one is the one that's just straight up all about the chili dogs. I don't feel like the chili dogs were ever in any of the games. I think that was an animated thing, personality trait that he had.
I think that originated with the cartoon. Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't really mention them that much anymore. I played Sonic Forces, and he only mentioned chili dogs once.
They're not as edgy as they were in the early 90s. Part of the spin of Sonic, part of his spin was that he had attitude. He was a cooler mascot than Mario. It was a faster game, better graphics,
it was a faster
better
game.
Sound. It was
terrible marketing.
I thought the marketing was phenomenal
back then, yes, but that's
era.
That's fair. But I feel like Sega, that's where they really, really started going downhill later on, is because they didn't put as much into the marketing that they used to. Like the Dreamcast era,
you're absolutely correct.
Had horrible marketing. But this is not a Sega video.
No.
So don't let me get off on that tangent.
This is a Sonic video.
We'll just keep it at Sonic was intrinsically tied to Sega's marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
Early days. He was a Mario killer. He was a Nintendo toppler.
He really was a Mario. He was doing a good job, too.
They were up against a giant. The market share that Nintendo had, the stranglehold, they were threatening retailers with pulling their products if they were to carry Genesis and Genesis games.
Genesis, I feel, did a lot, really well here in America. It was the kind of console that us 90s kids really wanted to be a part of. It spoke to the 90s kids for some reason. Now, you did mention Sonic Forces. Is that, I don't remember Forces either. Is that similar to Heroes, where you had a team?
No, it is not similar to Heroes. Sonic Forces came out. I don't remember actually, but it was it was recent, but not recent. Sonic Forces was a game where you could make your own Sonic character, and
okay,
and there were a bunch of levels and all that, and everyone thought Sonic was dead.
Did they really? In the game, they thought Sonic was dead?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't know that.
And then they eventually figure out he's actually alive.
Right. Sonic has had some major ups and downs over the years. There are some of his games, like Sonic Colors. A lot of people really like Sonic Colors. It was really popular. It was kind of went back towards that 2D kind of gameplay. And Generations, I believe, is also similar to Colors in that same time area where they came out, within 5-10 years of each other, like really close. And they did a lot more of that 2D going back to the old Sonic style.
They tried like a 360 era revival.
Yeah.
Classic gameplay.
And that's when they started going like with the wisps.
Yeah, I think that was the Colors, right? That was the thing.
Yeah,
that
that was where they started off.
Yep. So do you like the wisps?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with that. Would you care to elaborate a bit about it?
They are like they're like little small things that give you power, but they're like living things, and like for example, there's like a white one with like little tentacles. That one's called Boost, and like when you like hit a like a capsule or whatever with Boost in it, you'll be able to go Boost, and there'll be a voice like going Boost and all that.
Now in Colors, and I'm assuming you played Generations as well. Did they have the Chaos Emeralds? Was Supersonic in Colors?
I think so.
Because again, that was one of the ones that I didn't get because I was still reeling from Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic Unleashed.
Yes, I was still hurting from that Sonic.
You're bringing their Sonic up in here.
Hey, we said we were going to talk about both the good and the bad.
Sonic Unleashed wasn't that bad. That was one I watched a full playthrough of. Like, I kind of liked the light Gaia and dark Gaia thing.
Okay. I don't hate the story or the premise. The game controls were really janky. Like, because I did play it. I played Sonic Unleashed. I'm sorry that I played it, but I did play it. And it felt like they were trying to create a whole brand new formula as far as like the actual combat is concerned. And I don't know if they thought that it was just going to like take off and this was going to be the new Sonic, but I felt like it didn't go over well. Like the controls, the transforming, it was too foreign for me. It didn't feel anything like Sonic, right?
It was clunky, and
it was.
Sonic, the thing that was great about Sonic was always that it played intuitively.
Yeah.
Buddy can hand you the controller, you pick it up, and you go to town.
Yep.
There's very little to try to figure out. Press and hold direction, and press and hold a button, and you're good to go.
One thing I like about Sonic Unleashed is that like it was kind of an it was kind of an explore game, kinda. Like it had some exploring in it.
That's what I love about Sonic Adventure, and even though Sonic Adventure 2 did a really great job with a phenomenal story and a great cast, I dislike the fact that you lost a lot of the explorative open world in Sonic Adventure 2. That was level based at that point, where you go in, you choose your level, and you play your level, and you try and get all the things in your level. But I wish that Sonic Adventure 2 had that open world feel that the first adventure had.
Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 were like kind of put in a TV show called Sonic X, which was my favorite Sonic TV show, and it was really good. At season 2, they like started off with Sonic Adventure 1 with 6 episodes, and then they went into Sonic Adventure 2 with some other ones.
Right on.
No, that was a really good run of Sonic animation.
Mm-hmm.
It was really solid stuff. Did a really good job of encapsulating the plot of the 2 Dreamcast games.
Absolutely. Like, I love that one, and then I couldn't remember the name of the original Sonic animation that I watched when I was a kid, but that one, Sonic X, was pretty phenomenal.
I think the OG was just Sonic the Hedgehog. think that's what
It
they
may
built
have been, yeah.
There was one called Sonic Underground. I was gonna ask if it was that.
Sonic Underground was the next one after Sonic the Hedgehog, and they tried to put more of that mid-90s attitude kind of spin on it.
Sonic Underground was not that good.
No, it was pretty bad. It was kind of
They are always changing things in the Sonic games, and not the games, sorry, animations.
Yeah.
Like, because they were just trying different things, and if it didn't work, they'd do a whole new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic Underground just didn't sell it.
Right. I think you're right. I think just Sonic the Hedgehog was the one that I watched, the original. Oh man, yeah, okay. I remember Sonic Underground. I had to look it up. That's terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
the whole thing
that's
made me think
so
of the
bad.
episode of The Simpsons. Like Sonic Underground, Sonic seemed like Poochie.
Oh man. Now is that the one where they were like rebels?
Which one? Sonic Underground?
Yes.
In Sonic Underground is where Sonic has a sister and a brother.
There
Their
it
mother
is. I
was
see them, yeah.
their mother was a queen, and she had to give them away because Dr. Robotnik was gonna ruin everything. And so Sonic and his brother Manic and his sister Sonia.
Yep,
I
there it
believe those
is.
were their names. They reunited, and they had these necklaces that were instruments, and they could use those as weapons. And their goal was to find their mother.
Right on. Oh man. So many good things and so many bad things. So, what I'd like to talk about now, while I'm thinking of it, is the transition of Sonic being the bad, where we've gotten to in the era of Sonic. So far we're at like the real bad, but there was a turning point where Sega and Nintendo started working more closely together, and that's when the Sonic games started to turn around again. Because then you started seeing Mario and Sonic at the Olympic games start coming out, and that's when they had failed on releasing Sonic the Hedgehog 4. So I think they did Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Part 1 and Part 2, and then just kind of dropped it. Didn't really keep going with it. Then we see the Olympic Games start coming out, and Sonic actually getting some, good gameplay, good new games about to come out, like Sonic Mania for the Switch. That was probably the best Sonic two-dimensional game, Sonic Mania, and I think fans created it. I think fans built the whole game.
One thing with Sonic Mania is I've never played it or watched a full playthrough of it. I have barely seen any clips of it, but I've heard great things about it.
It's solid. It is a solid entry into the 2D Sonic titles.
See, now I want to pick it up,
It's
but
so
they have been
good.
letting us down for so long.
Right?
It's kind of over it.
Yeah,
And
I get that. No, absolutely.
you pitch this retrospective, and you guys are letting me in on Sonic stuff I wasn't familiar with that sounds really cool, and I think I'm going to be more about it again.
Did either of y'all play the Shadow title, the spin-off Shadow title?
Shadow the
Yes.
Hedgehog?
Yeah.
No, I've heard of
How
it.
do either of you feel about that? Because honestly, I like Shadow. I do. I went into that one with really high hopes.
Sadly, I didn't watch any clips or playthrough or play it.
Oh, it's another one of those games where they kind of take away your speed. Everything that I like about Sonic type games, they tried to move away from it because Shadow uses a lot of guns, and Uzis and rocket launchers, and yes, he's got his skate boots,
Yeah.
but he doesn't really get to utilize them as well as he did in Sonic Adventure 2.
And yet Shadow thinks he's cooler than Sonic.
He is cooler than Sonic. No, I'm just kidding. Don't shoot me. Don't cast me out, NerdTube. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I like them both, though. I like Sonic and Shadow. Now, I know we've kind of danced around this one title. We got like right up to this one title, and then we skipped it purposefully on my part because I don't like talking about this one. The Sonic the Hedgehog, was it 2014? The one that released on the Xbox 360. It was just no, it's 2006. That's when it was.
I'm not familiar with this.
Sonic the Hedgehog 06. The darkest days.
The darkest days of the darkest days.
No, not Sonic 06. No, not that one.
We've got to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
Oh.
We said we'd be talking about the good and the bad. What's the worst part about Sonic 06? In everybody's opinion. Anybody? Tim, how about you first? The worst part that. Go ahead.
A lot of things. I say the kiss scene.
Okay. What do you think, Mage?
Camera.
Very janky.
Sonic.
Camera is super janky.
Sonic teams always struggle with camera, and I think they always will. That's why they're best suited to making 2D games.
I thought that the worst part for me, and it may have just come off of the camera, but a lot of the speed stuff, I'd get jammed up a lot. I'd get stuck on things often, and you could just never get up to speed, even though the gameplay is actually built around being fast. And what the heck is a Silver the Hedgehog? Like, we already had Shadow. Why did we need a Silver?
A copy of Trunks.
Guess to be even edgier than Shadow?
I guess.
There's gotta be someone from the future.
Oh, Lord.
How many times can we have John Connor in a story?
Honestly, I don't think Silver's that bad. I kind of like Silver. I like how he has the ability to, like, kind of, like, stun people. Like, he can, like, freeze people into position.
I will say he looked really cool coming in. Like, the trailer premieres, like, his style, like, his wrist gauntlets and stuff. He had a cool look about him, and I thought it was going to be good. I thought the game was going to be good.
The game wasn't, but the character was.
Right on, right on. Well, so one thing we can't do is talk about Sonic and not bring up how amazing Sonic looked in the second rendition of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Haven't seen the newest one yet.
I haven't watched the sequel yet either, but I want to because it looks good.
Yes, same.
And when I say second rendition, what I'm talking about is initially Sega hired a team to direct the movie, produce the movie, and create that digital Sonic for the big screen. And when they first released pictures and trailers, everybody hated it. He looked so bad.
It was awful. The internet basically rioted. And then they fixed it.
Which is weird because most companies tout, artistic vision and bullcrap about, like, we can do whatever we want with our mascot.
License,
Yeah. Like, who was really bad about it that went with artistic vision as defense for a terrible ending to a game? Mass Effect 3.
Oh, we're talking about the first movie. I thought we were talking about the second one.
Well, I'm just talking about the Sonic movies in general, both of them together as a whole. I don't want to spoil anything in the sequel because, again, I haven't seen it and I'm really looking forward to watching it. But I'm so appreciative that Sega stepped up and was like, they hate this. We hate this. What are you doing? You have to redo this whole thing, and we don't care how much it costs. We want him to look right.
I was so glad that folks went out and watched it and supported the movie when they did make the change and fix it, because if they had voted with their mouths and not their wallets, then companies would never have
do it again. Never would have done it again.
Anything like that ever again. And now there's a precedent for, increased support for your project from fixing it. But I watched the film today to get ready for this, and it was a very good film.
The first one? I liked it.
Yeah, the first one.
The first one was good. Although, so I watched this animation YouTuber, and he pretty much trashed the movie. Said, Sonic, your film was trash. And then you hear a sound effect of everyone going,
It sounds like he likes to get clicks off of saying things that are...
And then the person next to him went like this. I was dying of laughter.
Oh, man, that's good. I feel like some people like to get online and just say the most outrageous thing possible to get a lot of clicks. And I don't feel like that's that outrageous. I mean, I know that the Sonic movies are probably not the best movies ever made, but they're really good. Like, I love them.
Compared to what we got as kids for video game movies,
oh my god,
it's really good.
Oh my god, we got terrible like crap for video game movies when we were kids. Although I will defend the Mario Brothers movie as being a good movie because I loved it growing up. I thought it was great.
It was a good movie, but it wasn't good at being a Mario movie.
No.
But it was a good movie.
It was a good movie, though.
Don't add us, or do and feed the algorithm.
So I was looking for something while we were talking. Does anybody remember the old Easter Bunny movie? It's not called Easter Bunny, but the actor who plays Sonic's dad or adoptive father in Sonic the Hedgehog, James Marsden, was in that movie.
Don't know.
And there was something aside. Basically, the plot of Sonic the Hedgehog is kind of similar to the plot of that one Easter Bunny movie. And James Marsden drives an old pickup truck, and there's like he's almost shot for shot a scene next to a digital character, one the Easter Bunny and one Sonic. Like it's very, very, very close to the exact same shot for shot in the truck, like talking to each other.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't remember his name. I was trying to look it up. But anyway, I think it's funny. So, where are we at right now as far as are there any Sonic games or features in Sonic games that you guys want to bring up specifically that you've been wanting to talk about?
I don't know if it's a good one to talk about, but I was thinking of talking about Lost World.
Absolutely, go right ahead.
That one was like the first DS game I got. Mm-hmm. And I never completed it, but it was cool. There were always times where I got stuck, and then eventually, like later on, I would come back and get past it. Like I didn't understand how the wisps worked, so I got stuck in the desert zone, and then eventually I came back and knowing how to use the wisps, and I used the wisp, and then I got stuck in another one, and right now I haven't even gotten back to it.
But have you gone and played other Sonic titles after that one and beaten them?
Like other Sonic games?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Sonic Forces and Team Sonic Racing and some others that I can't remember.
Hey man, I yes, I've definitely done that. When you find a Sonic game you really like, or any game really, but I'll use Sonic Spinball as my game. When I was a kid, I'd play it and I loved playing it, but I was never good at it. I couldn't get past. I kept getting stuck on certain levels, so I'd go off and I'd beat other games. I finally beat it when I was like 19 years old. Like, because I was just like, you know what? I've loved this game. I always liked playing it, and I know I can get past the first boss or two. I should just like really like go down and beat this game. Apparently, I wasn't even that far from the end. There's only like 3 bosses total in the whole game.
Yeah,
But,
no, it was every few weekends I would rent Spinball instead of renting what else I was going to get that week. And I eventually, it took me a year of off and on renting it. I finally beat that bad boy.
You know what a good one? You know what'd be a good one to talk about?
go ahead. Yeah, what?
Sonic Generations.
Okay. That was a really cool idea. I feel like that's one of the better ones that we had gotten in that time period. Especially because I mean it's basically what this video that we're recording right now is about. We're looking at all the different generations of Sonic, and in Sonic Generations, go ahead, Tim. Tell us how like what's the premise of the game.
So it's pretty much kind of a recap of other Sonic game levels, like Sonic Colors was in it, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3, I think. And like there was there was also like 2 Sonics in there.
Mhm.
And there's like there was like the regular Sonic and the classic Sonic. And like when they first figured out like that, when the regular Sonic first figured out about the classic Sonic, it was when they looked in like a glass thing and thought they were both looking at reflections. I thought that was funny. And then eventually you hear Dr. Robotnik, and then classic Sonic runs, jumps up, and regular Sonic's like, another one? Or another me? And the boss battles in there are really cool too. Like I like the Death Egg Robot boss. I love how they remade it. And like they added some stuff to that Death Egg Robot boss that wasn't in the final boss in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like where you jump on its arm and then you like spin dash all the way up the arm and then jump on the head.
That was a good reimagining of a classic Sonic boss fight.
Absolutely. And I love stuff like that when you get like a old school boss with like in a new school game with everything like it's awesome when companies like take their old school things and put them up and make them better and new and shiny and give you cool new abilities to actually do the same boss fight from a different game. I dig it. I really like the whole duality of it, the whole multiverse aspect of Generations, where you play as different versions of Sonics over the years. I thought that was really cool as well. It's a good title. It was a good title. All right, before we, where was I? I was thinking of something. Sorry, my mind blanked there for a second. What I'd like to say is, before we move on to the newness, what are y'all's favorite versions of Sonic? Like, what's your favorite like ability he's ever had or addition to a game? Like, what would you say is the thing that you've for me, it's supersonic. It always will be. I love collecting the Chaos Emeralds. I love going supersonic and using that ability. And that to me is
you just love the power.
I do love the power. By the power of Grayskull. Yes. But yeah, That's my favorite thing that a Sonic game has introduced to the series. What do you guys favor as far as like things that he's had the ability to do over the years?
I like how he's able to use the wisps for certain powers.
Okay.
That's
So you like
really
the
cool.
melding with the wisp to gain power, like extra powers here and there. Kind of like in Sonic. I never played with the wisp, but like it reminds me of the power ups that he used to get in 3, where he had like the bubble orb or the flame orb or the running shoes, that sort of thing. I don't know how I feel like the wisps work similarly to those old school power ups. So I dig it. What about you, Mage?
I call me basic, but I like the spin dash. The
Right on.
classic spin dash. I like the bouncing around mechanics. Uh, I mean, you bounce off the power up screens, bounce off of
So like the tracking spin
springboards.
dash or the original spin
When
dash?
when they added the tracking, it was the bomb.
Yeah. That really, I feel like the 3D games, the spin dashes wouldn't work well without tracking. Like the tracking is necessary. Yeah.
They wouldn't be playable without the
Yeah.
tracking spin dash.
hmm I also really like, and I guess they put this in most of the 3-dimensional ones now. His ability to follow a string of coins, the coin magnet or whatever it's called. You get it,
Rings?
huh?
Are you talking about the rings or something else?
No, I'm talking about the rings. Yes, he gets a power up in Sonic Adventure that I think it's like the X button. If there's a string of rings, like a line, you can start at one of them and hit X, and he'll like dash along the path of the rings, which I feel like is something that we can't lose. I feel like that's really core to who Sonic is now.
Once
I
those
would
rings.
say that's the probably the core leftover mechanic in any remaining or current 3D Sonic game is that one. That's the one that tracks most
Right.
back to the original adventure.
hmm So who's excited for Sonic Frontier? I know Tim said you've done
Reaction
a trailer
video.
reaction, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I dig it. I'm excited about the fact that we're going back to an open, explorative world. Like that's the biggest thing for me. Like I'm
Yes.
so excited for this.
Same here. Same here. I love exploring games. They have always hit me right in the center.
hmm Now I am worried for this game because we've got a 50-50 shot of having an amazing Sonic game or a terrible one.
We always do.
So who do you think the bad guy is going to be in this one? Because I don't feel like I can't remember if I saw Robotnik in the trailer, or at least the
No,
trailer I saw. So I don't know if Robotnik's going to be the bad guy or if they're going to try and do one of those things where they bring somebody else in to be the main villain of the game.
I think they're gonna bring someone new. I didn't see Eggman in the trailer. I didn't see any familiar villains. The only familiar person that was in the trailer was Sonic.
Right.
I didn't see Eggman or like the Deadly Six or anything. But we do see like a giant thing, but it wasn't completely revealed what it was. When I first saw it, I thought of Dark Gaia from Sonic Unleashed, but I don't know if they'd bring that back. So I think they're doing something new.
He looks great. He really does. The world that they're building looks amazing. Like everything around Sonic. Sonic looks pretty cartoony like he normally does, but like the trees and all the different the world around him looks pretty surrealistic. Like it's more closer to a realistic world to explore than I think we've ever had in a Sonic game.
Yeah. One thing I also think about the game is that, so you know how in Sonic Unleashed, Eggman was in there, but he wasn't like the main antagonist?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's going to be like that, where
Okay, where we'll see him, but he won't actually
like,
be the villain that we're fighting against the whole time.
yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So, Mage, did you check out the Frontiers trailer yet?
I have not. It wasn't even on my radar. But
Oh man!
you two are doing a pretty good job of
Oh
selling me
yeah,
on the
there's
concept.
that huge creature at the end of that one trailer I saw. It looked like a giant tentacle monster thing, and
Yeah.
it's man, I'm just excited to find out more about it. The one thing that I really want to see in that game is going to be again Supersonic. I want to see the tracking spin dash, but
Gotta get the supersonic, the
yeah,
speed, all of it.
oh yeah, I want it all. But while watching the video, I noticed that Sonic, when he took off a little faster, there's like little animated, like it almost looks like he's breaking the breaking
Phantom.
reality a little bit. I would
It,
say.
Maybe it's supposed to represent breaking the sound barrier.
It could. It was like the visuals were. It was like the world was breaking around him.
So that the particles of that and all that reminded me of something in Sonic Forces called the Phantom Ruby. It was
Okay.
it was a ruby that could pretty much just mess up reality. It was a reality ruby
Okay.
that a invention of Eggman's called Infinite used. So I feel like the Phantom Ruby might take a little bit of a place in this.
Okay. I could see. I mean, I'd be down to find out more about that because I mean, it was cool looking. He was being chased by these things, and he like looked left and right, and then like put his head down and like shut off like a bolt of lightning, and like just the space around him warped visually. It just looked really cool. So I'm curious to know if he's going to have some kind of power that he didn't have before. If they're going to be introducing some new mechanics in this one, because that could be both good and bad. Again, like we've had some mechanics that got introduced that were amazing, and we've talked about those. The spin dash, the tracking spin dash, all of that. But it could also be really bad, like turning into a giant were monster.
Backward Sonic.
Please no.
You know, where Sonic does have the power to extend his arms.
Yeah, little Gumby motion there though, or not Gumby. What's another Stretch Armstrong? Little
Stretch
Stretch
Armstrong.
Armstrong action going on there. All right, so before we wrap up, and I think we've pretty much covered a lot of what we were planning on talking about tonight. Is there any last minute Sonic tidbits that you guys want to talk about before we wrap this little video up?
The comics.
Oh
Comics
yes,
are amazing.
Yeah, I have a series of comics for Sonic.
right on.
Like there was something called the metal virus that thing was going on for a while, and like I was always into it. I would always get like whenever I'd come home, I'd look on my bed, and monthly I would see a new Sonic comic on the bed.
Right on.
Nice.
What are there? I think there's multiple versions of the comics, right? Which one is the one you like the most?
I don't know how like what kind of names these would have, but I'd say the one that I'm like the current ongoing one.
Okay.
Like like it's very easy for me to dig into it, and like it's got a bunch of conflicts. Like I have been reading them from comic 1 to whatever number they're at now.
So is the metal virus that you're talking about, is that similar to the what Robotnik used to do way like in the early days of Sonic? Robotnik would turn animal creatures into robots. Is it similar to, are they turning into like a metallic robot creature, or just straight like turning metal and not being able to move while being metal?
Another name for them are zombots. They're like zombie robots.
Got it. Okay. All right. Right on. I like it.
Are the comics still put out by Archie?
IDW.
Okay.
IDW does them now. Nice.
All right.
So
Oh,
obviously
no.
it's been a long time since I've read them, but when I was a kid, they were great line of comics from Archie for Sonic. First introduced Amy and some of the other secondary characters.
I remember reading Amy's growth arc.
It was
Amy
yes.
becoming an adult arc. It's like, because I did read those. Do you know what I'm talking about, Tim?
No.
So Amy isn't as old as Sonic. She's actually very, very young,
Mhm.
and she was always wanting to go on trips with Sonic and be a part of Sonic's life and his adventures. And she's younger than Tails. She's like a kid. And he's like, you can't come because you're a kid. And then Amy ends up drinking some sort of chemical that turns her into a older than Tails around Sonic's age.
Huh. That makes more sense.
But then she still has to mature because her mind is still like that of a
Oh,
child,
yes.
right?
It
And
is still that of a child. That's right.
but she goes on a big like personal growth journey, and they do like the riddle of the Sphinx, and
Oh,
they
man, that was
do
good.
it was my first time experiencing the old adage to be true to yourself and to thine own self be true, when Amy finds the wisdom hidden by her mom in the treasure chest.
Oh, man, it was great.
Good story arcs, good comics. So it's good to hear that they're still putting out quality Sonic
Absolutely.
comics.
I'm glad to hear that the Sonic comics are still doing good and well, and they have good writers and good plots and stuff. So that's good news to hear.
I didn't know about the whole Amy chemical thing. I did not know about that.
Oh man, that's old school art Sonic comics right there. It's good stuff though.
Bridging the generation gap here.
That's what this video is about. That's what I'm talking about. Love it. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap things up. Tim, if you'd like to say anything before we leave, plug anything you'd like to plug.
Subscribe to Milquetoast Gaming. And if you want to know what kind of reaction video we were talking about, then yep, same channel, but just look up Sonic Frontiers Agent Tim Gamer reaction video. It should pop up.
And Mage?
I'm going to be starting very soon over at twitch.tv/Gilder37. I'm going to be finishing up my Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster run there, and then picking back up my Final Fantasy I Pixel Remaster run, and then doing a selective marathon past there.
Well,
hitting the high points of the series.
Right on, right on. So, for everybody watching at home, I've been the Bearded Man Thing. We got Tim, we got Mage. I'd like to thank both of you for joining me for this video, the first video that I worked on for to host for NerdTube, the YouTube channel you kind of maybe sort of heard of. I think I got that right.
The best YouTube channel you've maybe sort of kind of.
Yeah. No, I'm pointing the wrong way. There we go. The best YouTube channel you maybe kind of sort of heard of. I'm the Bearded Man Thing. You can find me on twitch.tv/the Bearded Man Thing. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter. It's at TB Man Thing. Come check me out. Come check these guys out. Everybody, it was a great blast. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.